Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for The Amazing Spider-Man issue 28. Yeah. And, this is a good cover showcasing how Doc Ock needs to be taken seriously as he's pretty much choking out Spidey and Gold Goblin, and deals with what's going on where Doc Ock is going up against them in this issue, so yay! I like it when it dovetails together. That doesn't mean it always needs to, because like the Hela cover we had with Thor, it's just, it works because Hela's in it, and we don't see her doing that kind of thing, but it works when it works together. And it works when it doesn't. It's like, yeah, that's just an awesome looking one to showcase how powerful Hela is. And this just works to show that Doc Ock is like, I'm coming to fuck some shit up. And he kind of does. So, we pop in and we saw that Doc Ock's old tentacles were fucked up. And we see that J. Jonah Jameson's like, we need help on this thing. Rushing into Oscorp and got a man down. Then he used Peter Parker telling the dude to get out of his way, Egghead. And they're just like, I'm just a janitor here. And then he's like, I found you, Peter. And I just love this page because he just looks so forlorn. Like, look what they did to him. And he's freaking out. It really helps because you see him shouting and everything, but then he gets up to him. He's like, look what they did to him. And he's just like, no. And I just love this kind of thing where Norman's like, are those Otto Octavius's like tentacles? I'm like, what happened? It's like, I know, they turned up at my doorstep. Can you put them back together? And he's like, please remove them from that facility, please. And J. Jonah James is like, you're a heartless ghoul. What did these things ever do to you? Tried to kill me many times. I'm like, you got it, Norman. It's like, yep. Oh, you can change, but they can't? And granted, like, this is the weirdest, like, honestly, I could understand that if you had no context for this, that you'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? And like Peter's like, he's right, Norman. These things were acting autonomously last time I saw them. They saved my life. And Norman's like, you're kidding me. Can we at least try to help them? Peter, fine, take them to Lab 3. As he's like, pretty much like doing the bridge of his nose thing. It's like, yep, I totally get that. Atta Goblin. I knew there was a heart beating in there somewhere. It's like, Jay, just watch yourself. So then we shift over and we see the Octoid kind of things, and the thing is, they look angry as fucking shit and cute as shit, and it's like, how could you take these things seriously? And Kraven's like, these things are hideous, and they have like a fucking foul temper. And of course, Otto's like, yeah, because they're like patterned after my amygdala. Pure aggression to fuel my revenge. Pretty much tried to like use mainly any kind of thing that wouldn't have underlying kind of issues for him. And he's like, a toy, undercutting your mythic struggle with the spider. And that definitely works within Kraven's kind of view. Like, this is just stupid. But you're a hunter who doesn't see the forest for the trees, as the rest of his Octoids are pretty much going to like showcase how fucking terrifying they can be. It's like, you dare ambush me? Never presume to guess my prey, Sergei, lest you find yourself mired in your own short-sightedness. Octoids, heal! As they then come back to him, it's like, damn, Ock's not fucking around. You brought me the key to my revenge. Believe me, you have nothing more to offer. Leave me. Talking about how that was done in Free Comic Book Day. And he, of course, has to go to work. And granted, I like this pick. I like this page showcasing how they come together to form up the usual kind of tentacles. But it's interesting because this gives him the normal kind of combat powers that he would usually have with the tentacles, but that he can then shoot them off and do other kind of things. Now, granted, we would have to see how he would deal with that kind of thing going forward, because then he would potentially be vulnerable if you're able to, like, take those tentacles away. So then we see that, like, Peter comes out to pretty much say that, like, Norman's finishing up, wondering what's kind of going on. And he's like, there's a history here. Yeah, well, I don't like the way he was looking at them. If he leaves so much as a scratch, he's like, what's gotten into you? Last time I saw you with those arms, they were holding you hostage. Now you're acting like they're the family pet. And then we learn that they've been coming around to, like, Jonah's place as well. Just to stay out of the rain, warm place to sleep, tried to chase them off at first, but maybe I started looking forward to them coming around, curling up on the bed, keeping my feet warm. It's like, holy shit. And he's like, oh, Jonah, you're a softie. I just don't think I could handle if something bad happened to them. Hey, you don't even have to worry. They're in good hands. So we then see that Norman's kind of finishing up, kind of getting them back on track, seeing how they feel. And then Norman's like, ah, shit, I'm trying to help you. What the fuck's going on here? He, like, smacks him and he's like, where do you think you're going? What? It's just simple diagnostics cable. Or is that what you're trying to... As then we see that he's been breached. Systems are compromised. Like, ah, shit. We see Doc Ock's telling him pretty much about how the dangers of taking an astray, and that the second lesson you take from Otto Octavius, don't put your name on your building, not if you expect to keep it. Let's go, boys, as he has the Octoids go off. And, do you have an appointment? I do not. It's on my computer. Have a great day. It's emailing my ex. Get him off me. That's like, yeah, that was kind of crazy. I like how this is taken as something that can be very serious, and then we've got the dashes of humor in here. It's like, that fucking sucks. Like, that would not be good. Oh God, one went up my leg. Knock, knock. It's like, damn. You got Otto looking menacing with all this weird shit going on. It's like, it works for me. Now I can understand how that would not work for other people, and how you're just like, what the hell? It's definitely a hard thing to balance tonally wise. Of course, Norman's like, this is a Trojan horse. Otto's in the system. And Peter's like, Otto's also here. Jonah's like, shouldn't you be getting changed? Don't worry. The security doors are stronger than anything Otto is capable of by design. All right, my Octoids, everyone hold hands, as he pretty much utilizes them and rips open the door. It's like, security breach, countermeasures initiated. Ooh, countermeasures. Throw it at me, Osborn. Whatever obstacles your genius can devise. I'll find the challenge a tantalizing amuse-bouche before I eat. Dear sweet holy God, what is that? As he gets smacked by Bug. I just love that. It's like, oh God. It's like, that's Bug. Me and Bug want you to leave. Affirmative. And then I really like seeing, I love the art style, man. Like, now granted, I like JR's art style as well, but that's just fucking really good. I like, McGinnis is good. And he's like, ha, never, Octoid, swarm. Careful, multiple targets incoming. And then Peter's like, well, this is new. Bug, get me schematics on these things. I need, as they just rip Bug apart. And then he's like, yeah. I don't know why I bother fixing that thing. It's like, yeah, as then Otto's pretty much, like, strangling him. It's like, your machines are playthings, Spider-Man, trifles. Mines are engines of destruction. They don't pause to be cute. They don't offer retorts. They are made for one purpose, to impose my will. And I love how those dialogue bubbles are followed by action. Him smacking Peter into walls, into objects, into ceilings. And it's like, and then he's like, Peter's trying to, like, even speak like Garg. It's like, this is not good. Go on, I'm waiting for one of your classic bon mots. And he's trying to, like, get through. He's like, come on. What's that? Come on, boy, speak up. He's trying to say Norman, as we see that going on. And we shift, and we see, as in Osborn and his gold goblin. And I was like, all right. He's like, I have 20 ways to put you down. Don't make me pick one. What can I say, Norman? I'm a curious cat. Do your worst. I was hoping you'd say, Gzz. Say that? System's compromised. That's not good. After Chasm's attack, I rewrote your text encryption from the ground up. Pity your stooge allowed one of his spider bombs to come into my possession. So that's Otto's whole play. We were wondering if he was going after Spider-Man, but we learn here that he's going after Osborn, as Osborn gets pretty much zapped to shit and gets knocked down. Do you feel my new power, Spider-Man? Do you feel your insignificance? Can't get my lungs to take in air. Body in shock. Don't pass out. Be thankful for it. It's the only thing that kept you alive. I didn't forget what you did to me, Goblin King. What you took from me. Imagine what I will take from you. It's like, oh shit. So Peter and Spider-Man were just pretty much background for this. We'll have to see what Otto's endgame is for Norman Osborn and what's kind of going on. It's like, So that's what we'll have to see and look forward to in the next issue. So I enjoyed this because It's a nice kind of come-down story. I could understand a kind of tonal whiplash of dealing with the emissary and everything that was going on there, but I like how kind of... This seems to have more of a better balance of the seriousness and the wackiness that was kind of going on with the dark web kind of issues that we had, but this is making more sense to me and has a better kind of story flow. It's like, oh, we're seeing Doc Ock doing new kind of stuff for himself and getting new kind of gear with the Octoids and going after Norman Osborn, and Pete's going to have to deal with that because he's not even being factored in this point except for that he stole the spider bomb to pretty much get into Norman's systems. So we'll have to see what goes on. We'll also have to see how Otto's old tentacles will be factored into this, because I could almost see that Peter will work with J. Jonah Jameson and the older tentacles to try and get the Octoids off and then get the old tentacles on and see if the old tentacles can force a better kind of change. Well, not force a better change, but force Otto to reckon with the negative personalities and the positive personalities that he has in the older tentacles. That's just my theory at this point, but I just like it because the writing's working well. I like seeing that Peter's agreeing with J. Jonah Jameson and that Osborn's like, these things have tried to kill my ass, and Jonah's out to bat for these tentacles, but it works because it's like, yeah, people can change, and we should see if we can fix these since we have it. And it was also interesting to see if Kraven will come back in and if he'll have any kind of play out within the story as well, because he's like, alright, I'm just going after the spider. And it would be interesting if Otto's trying to do certain kind of things and he pops in and is like, I want Spider-Man. And Otto's like, I'm dealing with shit right now, asshole. You're fucking up my shit right now. And if it became a kind of like weird kind of battle like that way. There's a lot of interesting things, but I enjoy it because it's an interesting story that's got some seriousness to it and some wackiness, and it balances well for me. And I understand that doesn't work well with people. Like, this is a weird one. Not as weird to me as the dark web kind of crossover ones, but I could definitely understand people being like, I'm going to jump off until other stuff comes back onto the main stuff that I want to kind of read. But I've been liking this so far, and if you've been into the run so far and have been enjoying it, I think you would enjoy it as well. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.